out there, and here we go. The college football playoff about to get underway. Bringing it out, it's Coleman. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. It's a short completion to the tight end. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. They look to throw it here on second down. He's looking to scramble. Breaking free at the 35. The sophomore calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
And looking to throw now on first down. It's a quick grab.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
That completion makes it second and short. Here's the handoff. And brought down at the line with that big defensive tackle.
The defense came out ready to go on that second down and short. No chance for the offense, and that'll bring up third down.
Can he get there on the ground? Breaks loose at the 40. They've got him, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it about the 27.
Well, that's how you keep the opening drive alive right there. Good, hard, tough running to be able to pick up that first down and the third down conversion.
It's a strong run, keeps the drive going. First down now. A handoff to the back. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well we defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Now rolling out to his left. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he's in. Touchdown, Mean Green. BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
North Texas, 7, Notre Dame, 0.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Offense operating from the pistol. Keeping it on the ground here. Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. On 3rd and short, they hand the ball off. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a first down.
Great job here by this offense being able to convert. Let's face it, they've dug themselves a hole. They're down here early in this game. With all this hype, the last thing you want to do is have to punt the ball. Come up with a conversion, keep your rhythm, keep your momentum, stick to your playbook. Good job here. Now let's see if they can keep that rhythm going.
Getting set. Here's second down. Play action fake, looking to throw. He bought some time, now lets it go. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. And you're head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down. This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Makes the catch. It's Smith. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, if you're not careful as a quarterback, this is the kind of route that defensive back wants to jump and get in front of for an interception and maybe a touchdown going the other way. But this time, the receiver runs it well, brings it in, and then gets out of bounds.
Takes the handoff. It's Marshall. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Offense gets set up here. It's 3rd down. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Defense will make the stop, and what will probably be the final play of this opening quarter.
Now, 4th down. Number 18, on to kick it away. That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, North Texas 7, Notre Dame 0.
So on their first drive of the game, they'll go for it in their own territory. Trying for a 4th down completion. And it's intercepted.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
We'll give it to the running back. That's a strong stiff arm. Breaks the tackle. Now he's got room to run. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big...
It's a deep throw down the right sideline. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he will score. Touchdown, North Texas.
North Texas, number 83, with the grab and the score.
They're set now to try the PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back.
14, Notre Dame 0.
Bringing it out, it's Williams. And he's brought down at the 12. That's a poor field position to start the drive. Offense comes back out onto the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Crucial third down play right here. Back's got it again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
They went for it and failed on 4th down earlier. Let's see if they fare better here. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. 4th down, looking to throw for it. He's got it, enough for a first down. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly.
Boy, what a great job here by the quarterback, working through his progressions and staying patient. He didn't panic. He didn't get out of there. He knew that his back, if he could get the ball in his hands, had a chance to pick up the first down. That's exactly what he's able to do.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw it on 1st down. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down. 2nd and 10 here.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that.
Oh, that one's picked off. And they bring him down, but look, there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see if the officials wipe away this turnover. So that is a call to remember. The interception wiped away by a pass interference penalty. Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Caught quickly. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice gain. That run, good for a first down. The offense still rolling. On the run, it's Parker. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2. No huddle now for the offense. Handoff here from the shotgun. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. The shotgun handoff here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. They get to the line in a hurry here for this 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal. First down, clock stops for a moment, but no huddle here. They've got to hurry. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Irish. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. With the extra point, they're down 14-7 now. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the returner is brought down. Here comes the North Texas offense back on the field. They punch it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop them this time. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Boy, the quarterback gets drilled on this play, Chris, as he lets go of that ball before the interception. I think he was just trying to get it out. Didn't seem to have a chance to set his feet up. And what did it do? It made it a lot easier for the defender to come up with the interception.
So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. First down, looking to throw the ball. Grab behind the line. It's Marshall. The defense drops him for a loss. He went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
This is not how you draw it up as an offensive coordinator. You got a first down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And he's able to find some room before they finally bring him down.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid game. Stay ahead of the chains.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone.
Razor. Here we go.
The pass is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. The 50. Across the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Mean Green. And the defense adds 6 with an interception return. And now here comes the point after attempt. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Returner decides to fair catch this. Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this lead or play it safe. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. Second down. Fights through a tackle. Breaks the tackle to get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game with all the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole.
Wow, a third pick tonight by the QB. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
How about this, Chris? The safety reads the quarterback's eyes perfectly and saw the throw before it even happened. If you're the quarterback, that's why it's so important to look those safeties off so they can't break on your throws.
And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. This will be a 43-yard attempt. Field goal try, no good. Lead remains at 14 after the miss. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The kickoff team out there now to get this second half underway. On the kickoff is hammered, sails out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. They've got to get things going here. Turnovers on back-to-back possessions. Breaking free at the 35. The gain is good enough for a first down near the 38.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this second half started.
Quarterback making some changes at the line. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. First down. They're going to throw the football. Heavy pressure. He lets it go. And that's just thrown away. I don't think he's going to get away with that. Yeah, here comes the flag. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. On the ground, it's Parker. Runs through a tackle. He's got space here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, that was an excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down now.
Picks up 7. Now, a fourth down.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. The pass rush closing in. It's incomplete. The defense makes a big fourth down stop.
Chris, I understand being down a couple scores and it's fourth down. You've got good field position. Hey, let's keep this drive alive. I understand why you go for it. Unfortunately, not able to execute it. This could cost him the ball game.
They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. On the run, it's Gray. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
After missing a field goal on their last drive, they got to produce something here on third down to even get into field goal range. Can he make it to the marker? Gain moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they continue to play good football up front. A nice run, nice conversion here, and most importantly, working with that lead, you keep working that clock. You're trying to advance to that next round of the postseason.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
Well, the reality with any screen pass is they usually take a little bit of time to develop. And though they often can hit big, sometimes they take too long to cook up. And sometimes you can get sacked.
This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. Makes a quick catch. Using a strong stiff arm.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers, usually a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
They tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
So after adding to this big lead, they'll set to kick it away.
Snap, The hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on 4th down in their end and got stopped. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Fires it to the wideout. And it's going to be incomplete. A 1st down drop here in the middle of the field. Here's the 2nd down play. One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down. 3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. And on the carry, he's heading left. Breaks loose at the 40. The stop made at the 45, but enough for a 1st down. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a 3rd down. You trust that offensive line to come up with a 1st down, and they get it.
They get him down, but he crosses midfield, stopped the ball at the 44. They're going to run it here. The gain is 3 yards, brings up a 2nd down and 7. Here comes the up-tempo offense. Looking to pass this time. He'll take a deep shot here. Another pick. Wow, that's the 4th tonight. Can he take it all the way? And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. Sacked on heavy pressure there.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, North Texas 24, Notre Dame 7.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. And the wideout goes in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the 1st down marker.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will be sacked? It's a loss back to the 6.
Great call here going with that nickel defense, giving you more speed on the field in that 3rd down and long. Nowhere to go. Gave the defensive line plenty of time to come up with that sack. Now it's 4th down and long.
They'll punt it from inside their own 10. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain in the return.
Fighting Irish will take over 1st and 10.
And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. On 1st down, it's play action. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. And he's brought down at the 1-yard line. What a play on the completion. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Here's a handoff on 1st and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the offensive line is completely occupied with that defensive front. That freed up that linebacker to shoot right through that gap and blow up the ball carrier. What a play.
So just 1 for 3 on red zone trips so far. They come up on 2nd and goal.
691, Gators far. Jackrabbit.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense that they better defend this style of play moving forward.
They break the huddle on 3rd and goal. Field goal doesn't do much good here. Running a quarterback sneak here. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
I believe they can line up here and go for the onside kick. And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. North Texas's offense is back out there now. They were forced to punt it last time. Now they're looking to respond and add to this lead. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, good job here on this stop, but remember the ball is inbounds and the clock keeps moving here late in the game and you're trailing. As a defense, you got to start thinking about utilizing those timeouts. You got all 3 to use. At what point are you going to start putting those into play?
Handoff as they try to work the clock here. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
First down here for this offense. Looks right for a quick completion. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. It's an option look. Oh, look out. The football is free. And the defense jumps on the football.
This offense just blew an opportunity. Have a nice lead here in the second half with the football. The last thing you want to do is turn it over, and they put the ball on the ground and now give your opponent a chance to get right back in this game.
Nice run. He's brought down to the 44. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Tackled up near midfield at the 48. Solid gain in the running play. Third down now. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
They get him down, but that's a solid gain. Back behind the quarterback now in the pistol. Hand off to the single back. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Yeah, I like this call here late in the game like this with the lead. Nothing too fancy, just right up the middle. Trust that offensive line and this running back and just keep working that clock.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. Some pre-snap movement, back in motion.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
on second down here. They'll hand it off. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So here we go now, third and short from the opponent's 24-yard line. What will the offense choose to do at this point? There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. First down and goal here. A touchdown just about puts this game on ice. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete. Second and goal for the offense. Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, North Texas.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
And the extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 here in the fourth.
Notre Dame, 14.
He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage.
And your Notre Dame Fighting Irish will take over. First and 10.
And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly.
And that's a first down.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And the clock winding down. They'll take a deep shot. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. An inside give now from the shotgun. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's 4th down. And the offense takes timeout with 26 seconds remaining.
Well, much like what we saw in the first half, Chris, in his playoff game, no adjustments, go right back to giving his running back the football. He's had a monster day and continues to get positive yards.
They're 1 for 3 so far on 4th down attempts. Can they convert here? There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Here's another interception. We're losing track. So that is a call to remember. The interception wiped away by a pass interference penalty. So 1st and 10 for the offense after a costly 4th down penalty on the defense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Makes the grab. It's Parker. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Looking to pass here on second down. And here comes a deep shot. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Now the all-important extra point. The PAT makes it a 10-point deficit, 31-21. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the hands team able to make the crucial recovery. Oh, and he fumbles. No turnover. Offense recovers the fumble. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance.